Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. It's October already and I haven't done a favourites video for months. I haven't done an empties video for months and I'm way behind on showing you, even opening and using actually some of the things I've been buying recently. So I hope to make some progress in catching up with all the bits and pieces I've been enjoying / buying and not for some reason getting around to using properly. I'm really behind the times in talking about the Chanel Tweed releases. Everyone got very excited about these and I kind of flim-flammed back and forth about whether I would buy at all because, to be honest, I just didn't feel I needed... Well, I don't need any more eyeshadow palettes. I think we know that. I also felt this collection was very much about the presentation, and I'm a sucker for that. And I kind of know that because these are so pretty unused, I'm a bit unlikely to unuse. But in the end, having watched loads of videos, I couldn't resist getting one. And this is the one that I chose, the brown and pink, brune et rose, which is number 4, which is probably the most conservative of the 4. I was quite attracted to the very warm gold one as well, but I thought it was very, very, very like a Tom Ford palette that I already have. I'm still kind of tempted by it, and I nearly went into the Chanel store at St Pancras International on Saturday when I was there. And for sure, if I'd actually gone in, I would have ended up getting it if they had it. But I was distracted by someone and didn't go in. So at the moment, this is the one that I've got. Of course, you all know the cute little Tweed palette, although I have to say it feels a bit cheap to me. But it is different from the usual and very nice presentation. The usual palette that we're so used to. Is it me or do they seem to be getting smaller? I don't think they are. As I said, this is really the most conservative of the colour combinations. Just 3 browns, well, 2 browns, kind of taupe, and this pretty peach, which is the most attractive colour to me. And can you see what I mean about, you know, how gorgeous the presentation is? This tweed embossed on the colours. But for sure, I mean, that's going to wear off pretty quickly once if you use it. I've literally kind of dipped my fingers into this one once. And you can see already it's brushing off slightly. Haven't even photographed this for Instagram. Haven't swatched it properly. I'm going to do it now in front of you and spoil these beautiful patterns before I've even photographed it properly. I'm just not a good YouTuber, Instagrammer, am I? Thank goodness I don't earn my living this way. Anyway, so cool toned, as you know. I buy both, but I prefer cool tones generally. Feel nice and creamy. Neither of these are matte. Good. Where should we put it? There we go. There's the peach. Slightly sparkly. The taupe does look more matte. Very close to my colour tone, actually. Then this brown and much darker one. They both are feeling beautiful, and actually they both look almost matte. So it's a very neutral palette with a tiny bit of sparkle at the end. Yeah, I could see myself wearing this a lot, and I think most of us would get decent eye looks out of it, provided it shows up on your skin tone. I'm kind of a bit worried about that one. Oh, not too bad. We'll give it another. Now, a lot of people have compared this palette, not so much to other Chanel palettes, but to the famous Tom Ford Nude Dip. And I suppose looking at the colour story, can kind of see why my Nude Dip is looking a bit bedraggled, several years old now. I mean, it's not really the same colour story, I don't think. The peach kind of makes you think that. But of course, none of these are remotely matte. They still feel good, you know? I love that final colour there. So, look how much more pigmented that is even now. It's not really the same colour, but there we go. That one, not so much. There you go. So, yeah, same sort of colour range. But much more kind of textured. Really good quality shadows. I mean, the Chanel is nice quality, but, you know, bear in mind this is several years old now and still applying really, really well. I wondered about how it compared with this colour story. This is Virgin Orchid. And I thought of that. I think, again, the kind of the peach and the dark and the taupe. Let's take the kind of looked similar. And the other one, which I think is very similar to Virgin Orchid, also Tom Ford Enchanted. Enchanted was my all-time favourite palette. You can see how close they are, actually. I mean, I think Virgin Orchid is almost a remake of Enchanted, which is very, very old now. This is about 10 years old. I can still use it. Excellent quality. So let's just have a poke around with these. Of course, you've got that white, silvery white in here. I'm not going to have room on my arm. Let's just compare the brown again. So there you can see the three kind of darkest browns. And the peachy colour. A bit more kind of rosy. Definitely cool. What a mess I've made there. So, conclusions. Well, I haven't got any conclusions yet. The Chanel is just gorgeous in the palette. I think it's a real kind of collector's piece. Yeah, I will have a go at wearing it, see what it looks like on the eyes. It looks promising. It feels nice. I think it will be a nice, neutral, but not particularly startling look. Is it worth £63, or 61, 63? No, in reality, it's not. If you're going to spend that sort of money, buy yourself a Tom Ford palette. Lots more product for your money. The packaging is decent. It's not, you know, as special as this, but you're going to be able to use these years later. Now, I'm not making any guarantees about the most recent Tom Ford releases because we haven't had them here yet. But I have to say their overall lasting quality in the 10 years plus, probably 12 years I've been buying Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes really outstrips any of the other brands that I regularly buy. And that Nude Dip, you know, okay, it's missing a matte. If you want a matte shadow, That's not the palette, but it's such a good neutrals palette with beautiful textures. Going to suit everyone. There we go. I've said it before. They ought to give me a commission, really, and they don't. But full marks to Chanel for the presentation. It's a really nice gimmick, and a lot of us fall for the gimmicks. So I don't regret buying one, but I'm not really in the market for any more of them. I am looking forward to the Chanel holiday collection. Does look nice. I am enjoying the nude nail polishes. I've worn 4 of them so far, and they're really good, good quality. They last well, although I haven't got anything on my nails at the moment. What else? Oh yes, I've got a new primer from Chanel, which, well, I'll talk about it in another video. Until then, bye for now.